let's talk about the G that marks the spot and how to stimulate it. Yes, this is an anatomical model of the smitoris. Fun fact, the smitoris is made up of the same erectile tissue as your partner with a P. And what you see on the outside, this little tip right here, is the smitoris, but it runs all the way along the inside of the V. The G that marks the spot is actually part of the smitoris on the inside of the V. And just like partners with a P, partners with a V also need their genitalia engorged with blood in order to reach the big O. Around 80 to 85% of women need direct doorbell stimulation, smitoral stimulation, in order to reach the big O. The G that marks the spot O is roughly 10 times stronger than the smitoral O. There are different ways to stimulate the G that marks the spot, but one of the easiest ways to stimulate the G marks the spot is the come hither motion. So you're going to be inside the V, up towards the belly button with a come hither motion. One other thing that can make it easier to reach the G that marks the spot O is GPS. This is going to plump up that area. It is going to engorge that area with blood, making it easier to find and more sensitive so that you can reach the G that marks the spot O. You're going to apply GPS to the tip of your fingers or a toy, and you're going to insert it inside the V up towards the roof, about 2 to 3 inches. Now keep in mind, everybody's anatomy is going to be slightly different, so you're going to need to figure out what works best for you, what feels best for you. Self-exploration is going to be a great way to do this, to figure out what feels best. But once you apply your GPS, give it a little bit of time so that it can work and engorge that area full of blood. You can stimulate that area with fingers, with a toy, with certain different positions with an eggplant. But one thing that's going to be a little bit different than your usual P and V stimulation is that you do not want to do the in and out motion in order to stimulate the G that marks the spot. You're actually going to want to do constant pressure. So a rocking motion like the come hither like this, or a rocking motion like that with a toy, is one of the best ways to stimulate the G that marks the spot and reach the G that marks the spot O. One exciting thing about the G marks the spot that you may have or haven't experienced with the smitoris is that oftentimes when you reach the big O with the smitoris, you get too sensitive in order for you to keep going. And so sometimes you get a little bit ticklish. You can't really stand your partner doing that. So it makes multiple O's a little bit more complicated. But with the G that marks the spot O, you can go and go and go and go, and you can get multiple O's when stimulated correctly. So G that marks the spot, cream, GPS, it's available in my clickable, and a lubricant is going to make it easier to engorge with blood. It is going to make it easier to stimulate. And if you feel like you're going to pee, keep on going. That is the G that marks the spot.